I have never heard mom.
I've never heard dad say it either.
Or dad say the words "I love you" to anybody. In fact, wait, this is such a great opportunity to show your kids and to show other immigrant parents they can speak to their kids this way.
No, if mom said it, I would not. I would not trust it.
I love you
at
to
all.
the kids.
No, there's a lot of love there.
No, not a lot of love there. I don't want
She's
these like. You can just say the 3 words.
How is the Mother's Day episode becoming uncomfortable for me?
It's
like,
Today's episode is incredibly special because our host, Zarna Garg, has no idea that we're doing it. So I'm going to be introducing the topic for today, which is Mother's Day. We as a family are going to discuss Mother's Day as a holiday, what we can be doing for mom.
Oh my God, I miss my mom.
That was not planned. We're going to talk about all things moms.
I should call her. I can't start. I'm so sorry. I just got moved by that Zoya a little bit. But go ahead.
I mean, on this topic, have you called your mom? When's the last time you've spoken to her?
I talk to her every week.
they are connected. Don't worry about it.
What do you talk about?
Yeah,
I update her about...
I have an idea.
She asks about the kids. She asks about you, Bridge, Veer.
She just randomly sends me baby photos of me sometimes.
She texts you?
She texts me.
texted
She texts me in
10
Hindi,
years.
so I can't really read it.
I haven't texted
She probably
her.
does. You just don't pick it up.
That's also probably true.
Well, we're going to talk about what we can do also to appreciate our moms more. It's interesting because our podcast is primarily moms who watch it. We have so many people who tune into our podcast every week, but the hero super fan are our moms who we love so much. Bridge and Veer, I want to start with you guys, and then I will let mom also guide the episode now that she knows the topic. Why do you guys care about mom so much? I feel like daughters, there's this implicit understanding that you need to be really feeling responsibility over your mom. But as sons, you guys do so much for mom. And I'm curious, like, why?
I have a problem with that line of sort of inquisition where daughters are somehow more connected to their moms than sons. Why would you say that?
I mean, historically...
She's saying it's more clear to the public for why women are like it's obvious when you look at our family, you can see the connection between Didi and mom. And that's for most families, you see the daughter and mom.
I mean, that's emotional dependency more than, a connection.
I mean, you can call it whatever you want, but the idea is you can tell.
Do you agree that your sister is a lot more emotionally dependent on her mother than you are?
Yes.
Okay, so then that's what it is. But it's as responsibility. Historically speaking, parents have wanted sons because they end up taking care of their parents a lot more. Is that not true?
I have no idea if that's true or not.
Is it true?
It is true.
Okay, Bridge...
I'm just saying that line of inquisition, Zoya, if you can neutralize it a little bit and just ask it in a more neutral way.
I disagree with you. I think that reducing my relationship to mom as emotional dependency means you don't know anything about our relationship.
I'm not saying that's the only facet to your relationship, but to sort of communicate to your brothers that it's obvious how it is between a girl.
But historically, it is true that you see daughters, if you come to our shows, you see so many daughters who bought tickets to the stand-up comedy show for their mom to go and enjoy, right? And occasionally I will see sons do the same, but you see it on the margin more with daughters that there is just...
I wouldn't say on the margin. I would say significantly more.
Yeah, but
that's just one expression. Why don't we just do a poll on this?
What's your poll?
Yeah, I'm
poll
confused
is-
on what your point is here.
Didi made this point, and correct me if I'm misstating it, Zoya, but I understood your point to be that a connection between a daughter and her mother is a lot more understood and an obvious one than the connection between a son and his mother.
I feel like that's like such a true statement. Like I don't even know how you can. I'm very curious what the comments say.
But I'm actually saying that Bridge and Veer, in my opinion, are an anomaly, and that I see Bridge pressing mom's hand. I see Veer constantly asking mom, "Can I hold your suitcase for you?" These are things that are very specific, helpful actions that they do on a day-to-day basis that help mom.
Probably I've done that for my mom all my life too.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're not living in the same city, but my brother, when he was living close by to them for the longest time, probably did that all the time for his
Okay,
mom.
but can we have Bridge and Veer answer the
But
question?
she's not saying that sons don't have a relationship with their moms. Like that's not what she's saying at all. It's so clear why a daughter and a mom would have such a strong connection.
Okay, Bridge
Well,
and
right
Veer.
now, let me answer your question.
Yeah.
Right now, I'd say that the reason I'm trying to help her as much as I can is because I'm obviously trying to make it as easy as possible for her to get through this whole worldwide tour, which we actually just announced our international tour. Please check out zarnagarg.com for tickets internationally. If you have relatives there, send it to them, whatever. But I'm really trying to make it as easy as possible for her.
But why? Why does it matter to you? Not every kid is out there thinking, let me make my mom's life easier. So why do you care? That is the question.
Well, first of all, like, we have to survive. If your career imploded, and it's a lot of pressure on you, and it hurts to say from my perspective, if your career imploded, we would be put in a really tough position as a family, and you know that. So making it as easy as possible for you, it takes a little bit of pressure off of you. That's the most true answer. But also, even if it wasn't, I feel like we owe it to you because of how much you stepped in during the pandemic era when Dad lost his job.
Are those the reasons why you are so involved? Is that truly why, or do you actually?
He feels like he just failed the test right now. I can tell.
No.
Wait, I'm confused.
I thought he answered it so honestly.
No, I do, but I hope that you're also having fun. That this journey is also.
Those are two completely separate. Oh my God, you always do this. I gave you an answer. Gave you the answer to the question.
Mom is historically terrible at accepting compliments. Like that is a historical trend.
But that was not a compliment. He just stated facts as
How is that
She
not a
can't accept
compliment?
any appreciation. It's a very maybe because your childhood you didn't get any appreciation, so you don't know like.
No, I
Well,
got
now
a
we're
lot of
psychiatrists,
appre-
all of
Oh
us?
my God.
Almost
You should read her
therapists.
book. If you read her book, I'll get to sales mode too, like Veer. But in her book, she explains like how her growing up complex didn't work. So I can see why you struggle with accepting appreciation.
By the way, Bridge is the most perceptive of the three of us.
He's the most emotionally intelligent, gets it from his dad.
I would not agree with that.
I
at
will
all.
answer the question now if Veer's finished. But are you finished?
I'm finished. Go ahead.
Okay. There's two reasons why I have such a strong connection and also big support for Mom. Firstly, and I've said this many times, not new, she is absolutely and utterly my heroic entrepreneurial role model. I believe in her and trust in her business acumen and her entrepreneurial endeavors more than I believe in anybody else in this world, including myself, which is something that I literally, if you know me, and many of the podcasts you will comment this, I'm very, very obsessed with myself. I can agree with you. But I truly, truly believe that my mom is the best entrepreneur I've ever met in my life. And for that purpose alone, I have to support her because not is a wasted opportunity, because why would I not try to learn as much as I can from the person that if I could learn everything from, I would. So it would make no sense not to, and that's the first reason. And secondly, it's because plain and simple, I love her. She's my mom. I love her so much. When we grew up, it was just me and her for a lot of years. It was me, Didi, and her, but she really had a very special connection with me growing up. She worked really hard to help me become the person I am today. And for that alone, additionally to the entrepreneurial part, I owe her, not owe her. I don't even think of it as owing her. It's more just like, you know, when you're best friends with somebody, you just help them regardless of what the reason is. It feels like that. Like no matter what the reason is, I'm there to help her. And she knows that, and she knows that every day.
And also, that second point is also applied to me. I thought it was more of like a given. I guess because you stated now I look like a terrible person. So I second that point for me too.
But Bridge, I also think it's interesting because you and Veer make so many sacrifices for Mom. Like you're in your sophomore year of college. These are the glory days. These are the days that everyone would think,
In fact, you lost a recent job that you used to like because you've been spending so much time.
Yeah, he actually lost one of his.
Yes, he did. And I was so upset about it.
But why?
But he lost that job because he was out
just
helping
working.
me. He was working with me. And a job that he worked really hard to get. And he was really passionate about, he got fired from because he needed to help me.
Aw.
I mean, I don't think needed is right, but he wanted to help you.
I know, but I'm really happy because in our shows we get so many people who come and tell us that they are building businesses with their family because they're seeing us work together. And I think that that's a good thing. I think every mother needs to tell her kids that she needs them. This assumption that the kids should just grow up and do their own thing is not right. And especially the immigrant moms got crushed on both sides. We told our whole lives that we need to help and support our parents and that we should give selflessly to our kids, and they will just get up and leave one day. I don't agree with it at all, even though I live in New York and I'm a New Yorker and an American as it can get. But I'm now teaching moms all over America to tell their kids that the mom needs them. We need you for our business, we need you for our health, we need you for our sanity, and that it's good for them to learn responsibility that's beyond just their own needs. There's nothing wrong with saying that. And I'm really so grateful that my kids at least listen and come through. I could not have built this business. Do you three know, and even you, do you know and understand that I could not build this business without you guys? Do you believe that?
I mean, our audience hates to go down this topic of, so we don't have to do. But the one question I do have for you, and the audience may or may not like it, I don't know. I still want to ask. Do you think the building of your business, actually, I know the difference, but how is the building of what you are building with your kids different from someone like the Ambanis or someone like the Adanis or like the Gates family or any of these, which are also family?
That's a very easy question to answer because the kids get accused of nepotism, which is so crazy because we built this together since they were in this business before I was. So it is very different from the Ambanis and the Adanis and all, and I'll tell you how. None of them started right at the top. They've been working the ground floor of this business before I started. They had the vision before I had the vision. Then you come to any one of our shows, they are selling merch. They're not sitting in the back room telling people what to do. They're in the ground. They're cleaning the green room. They are every step of the way involved in the gritty and the nuts and bolts. They're carrying my bags. They're packing my makeup bag. Every little detail. Because you know why? Because I don't want them to inherit the business. That's not what this is about. I want them to inherit all the skills that they can possibly learn and go build their own things. One day, if they walk away from this business because they're building something bigger, that'll be a victory for me because they're my kids and I taught them. And I actually feel that way even about our production team. That learn everything you can, the most learning you can. You're young right now. The money will come and go. But the more you learn, the more you absorb. And all these kids, right? Like people don't know. They think that because they're my kids, they're flying first class and they just show up last minute. It's not like that. They're grinding till the last sale is done, till the last bag of merch is packed. They're all involved, including our production team is all young people. And that is the difference. Nobody just walked into a board seat. There's nothing sexy about what we do. We are
so maybe then I should separate it. Forget about Ambanis and Adanis. What about a dry cleaning business in the corner?
There's no difference. There's no difference. An immigrant mom or dad run dry cleaning business probably runs the way we run our business, where the children have to clean up the shit and they have to like pack and deal with the client who's pissed off and deal with the ticketing service that falls apart every 5 minutes.
Why? Okay, I think Mother's Day is so commercialized now, right? There's so many fun photos of the mom and the daughter and like it's all Instagram, this, that, and the other thing. And there's certain flowers. Oh my gosh, everyone's buying their mom flowers. What is important to you about Mother's Day?
What we're doing now, that you guys show up and work with me and learn with me and grow with me. And that is important to me. And people have asked me how we keep our family together. And I think the answer to that is very simple in my eyes. Having a common enemy helps every family. When the family treats adversity like it's a project that they're going to overcome together, it brings the family together. I tell this to all my friends, especially my famous and fancy friends who are itching to build with their kids, but their kids don't listen to them. I read this quote somewhere, so this is not an original from me, but I don't know who said it. Never waste a good adversity. Do you remember that?
Yeah, never waste. Oh, I actually read that in
somewhere.
Never waste a good adversity.
That's like one of my favorite quotes.
It's actually from Unreasonable Hospitality. Yes.
Page 73, actually.
Oh,
I have it down.
great.
I underlined it.
Great.
That's complete lies.
No, what happens is that during COVID, when our family went through a really hard time, and we're still trying to come out of it. We're not out of it fully, but we're trying. What we did is we sat down as a family and decided we're going to tackle this together. like a puzzle piece. We're going to go at it from different angles and find a way to get our whole family out together so that all the effort that we put in benefits all of us together. And having that adversity became a big gift in my career and my life because it kind of consolidated all our effort. We all felt like we were pushing a boulder up a mountain together. And that's what made the journey a little bit more bearable. That's what made the journey longer lasting because we were doing it. I couldn't even imagine if you had a corporate job and you had a corporate internship and you, even now, thank God, you have some flexibility that you can be here. If you were in a corporate job right now, you couldn't be here.
It also just made it fun.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, I would rather play a basketball game that's really, really competitive and close than play a basketball game where I just win by 30 at the end of the day or lose by 30, right? Either way, I'd rather be in a close competitive game where me and my teammates are fighting together as hard as we can, putting everything on the line down to the last second of the shot clock in order to win. It's just a much more fun experience as well.
I was gonna say, we've said a lot of times having a common enemy is big, and it's completely true. But the other thing is that you just have to find how you can enjoy it together because you can be fighting. You can all be fighting towards a common enemy separately.
And be miserable while doing it.
Me and Baya, we've spent like $600-700 on a Switch. I'm in Instapost about this. But I can literally name a way that I have done something on every single stop of the tour with every different person on this team, including both of our producers who aren't directly related to us. So you have to find a way to enjoy the tour life or just.
And enjoy the fight.
Yeah.
Enjoy the fight because life is that. Like fights will keep happening. Something will keep happening. There will be a health thing. There will be a money thing. There will be an academic thing. But you have to believe that you're stronger together as a unit and fight that fight together and everybody benefits rather than each person in their family having their own individual ambition. It's fracturing. That individualistic living is fracturing people all over America. Don't you see?
Yeah. One other thing I want to talk about is in the last 2 years, I've been on the road with Mom. I don't think I've missed a single show. And I have gone to speak to moms all across America. I've gone to speak to moms internationally. And if you're a child and your mom is still around, or you are a spouse of a mom, or, you have a grandmother, like this Mother's Day, you need to tell them what they do for you and you need to make it explicit and you need to not make it fluffy. Like these moms come up to us at these shows and they're like, no one has said thank you to us in years. And it might sound corny and cheesy to be like, oh my gosh, I need to now go to my mom and like say all this stuff about how much I appreciate her. Like, yes, you need to, because it's like these moms come to our shows and we get to speak to them for so long. And it's like, they speak about how they feel invisible in their homes and they do all this work. I mean, they're like folding, they're cooking, they're worrying about what schools their kids are going to go to. They're watching this podcast. They're watching hours of them bickering to figure out the gold gems of what this family is doing right. And still no one has said thank you. And to me, Mother's Day is important because it's a designated time to appreciate your mom without it being weird. Because that's the holiday.
What does it feel like for you? You would be the recipient of those words where somebody would just, one of the three of us would just randomly come up to you in the corny or cheesy scenario. What does it feel like for you to be the recipient?
I think it's great. And I think it doesn't have to be so deep. It doesn't have to be like, Mom, without you, like even like observing a thoughtful thing that your mom did for you is enough. It's not like, Mom, you changed my life. It's like, Mom, thank you for like, when we travel, I try my best to make sure every room that my kids are going to be in has an extra blanket because we like that thicker blanket. Like even if somebody noticed that Mom is doing that, or if somebody noticed that Mom is carrying the extra toothbrushes and making sure that there's a clean shirt and there are new sneakers that are clean for like a photo, like simple things like that. If you saw it and pointed out to me that you saw it, I think it would mean a lot.
But can you tell her what I did yesterday?
Yeah.
I have learned from Mom on all these trips, and what I did yesterday was that because I noticed...
That was this morning.
This morning, that's what I meant.
I do know now, because it was this morning. So what he did was that hadn't gotten sleep for a long time. Neither has Vera, by the way. Both haven't. Neither's anybody, to be fair. And I finally got a good night of rest where I got to sleep at like 4 a.m. I got to sleep all the way until 11 a.m. So it was a nice night. But as the sun comes out, it got really bright in the room. It was super bright in the room. It was freezing cold. We had these thin blankets because the thick blankets weren't there. And Veer, who's extremely sick right now, by the way, and thugging it out for the podcast for you guys and also for the family, got up randomly and called the front desk asking for blankets and closed the shades. So he closed the shades for both of us, asked the front desk for blankets.
I got waters too.
And waters. And then the front desk comes up with the blankets and waters. He takes one thick blanket, puts it on his bed, and takes the other one and puts it on me while I'm asleep. So he like spread out the blanket on top of the blanket I already had so that I feel more comfortable when I sleep. And then he did it for himself as well so he feels comfortable, which was just a really sweet and nice moment. It actually really, really reminded me of Mom because you were bringing that up.
Dad, you're noticeably quiet.
Oh, I'm just quiet because I'm enjoying these stories.
Does Mother's Day matter to you?
Yeah, I mean, look, growing up, we did not have Mother's Day in India. But I do think it's a great day and I completely agree with you, that everyone should be calling their mothers and appreciating them and the little things that the mothers do. No question about it.
Do husbands celebrate Mother's Day for their mother or their wife?
I think they should do it for both because the wife is a mother of
That's a good
their
question.
kids and they have a mother too. So in some level, it should be at both generations.
But wife comes first, in my opinion.
What's one thing that surprises you about how Mom has mothered versus other moms you've seen in the world?
Okay, that's a very loaded.
It's a loaded question. I'm curious. What's one thing that you've noticed that Mom has done differently?
I would say she has been a lot more engaged with the kids than, and you know what? I actually don't know. I'm sure maybe other mothers do that too, because if I feel like if I single her out,
Or what?
inadvertently I would be sort of looking down upon other mothers, which I don't want to do.
But what's one thing you've noticed she's done well? Outside of
It doesn't
other
have to be
moms?
compared to anybody
it's
else.
not compared to anybody.
Oh, in absolute terms, I think she has really showed her 3 kids how to be independent and how to. Okay, here is the most important thing that she's done, that she has raised a family where the siblings are really close to each other.
Aww.
That's a good answer.
That's a good answer.
Okay, so all this is nice, and I agree, like, we should appreciate the moms, and we should appreciate the wives, and all of that 100% true. But also what's not being talked about, and in my opinion, might even be bigger than all of that, is that immigrant parents don't appreciate their kids enough, too. Like,
Yes.
we're acting as if, you guys do appreciate in your ways that are extremely unexpressive, but it's not as if you guys are saying every day, we love you, this is amazing, good job, good work. Like, if you get a nice grade on a math test, I am almost certain if you have immigrant parents, they did not say, like, I'm so proud of you, good job. There's almost no chance that they have ever said that to you about any testing ever, maybe including the SATs. So we also have to talk about the fact that...
I mean, for example, when we just recently got into STI, or when Zoya got into Stanford, or when you got into Cornell, that's not true.
But why does it have to be that we have to get in to the most elite universities in the world in order to get praise of any kind?
Oh, I
Don't you
see.
think that's surprising that you named like
Zoya, nice dress.
Okay. I can't tell. Oh my God, I have a crazy story. This is completely
Very
off
nice
topic.
sneakers.
Thank you. We were
Where's huge pants?
Dad needed a backpack for the trip, and we were in the hallway of our apartment that we've lived in for like 10 plus years now. And he asks, "How do I turn the lights on?"
There's no way.
He asked me where the light was, and then I showed him. There's like one of these lights that are broken. He's like, "Well, this one doesn't work." And then I was like, "Yeah, the other light in the hallway." He didn't know how to turn the light on.
wow. Okay,
So what's the big deal?
Okay.
how do you not know the lights in your apartment?
Wait, I don't want to get away from the topic about
Yeah.
moms and dads not appreciating their kids too, because
Yeah.
this is like
British,
just
nice
as
haircut.
important. Okay.
That's not what we're talking
This is not
about.
the point of what we're talking about. The point is that immigrant kids seek validation from their parents.
Yes.
That is literally the most classic and
Zoya, you
understood
have such light
stereotype ever.
eyes.
That I couldn't have controlled
His
that.
rage rating is
What's
like
it called?
actually getting unbelievable.
Okay, Mom, how do you feel like I feel appreciated by you frequently.
I was gonna ask, do you not feel appreciated? We don't
Today,
use the words.
You don't use the words
We
ever.
don't use the words, which is true. Even I have a hard time being like, "Oh, Bridge, you did this." Oh, but in my
You can't
way-
even say it in referring to you saying it
No,
right now. You
yeah.
couldn't say it just then.
No, I can't
Let's
say
make it as clear as that.
I don't know why.
I actually don't know if I've ever heard you say I love you.
No, I would never say that.
Like, seriously.
I wouldn't say that.
Can
Actually,
anyone
I've
here?
never. I've never.
I have never heard mom.
I've never heard dad say it either.
Or dad say the words "I love you" to anybody.
So I said that to you just 2 months ago.
I know, but when you say it, it doesn't hit, like, because I don't feel like because you say it, like, I don't know if you mean it when you say it, because I've never seen you say it to mom.
No, but
I feel like
In fact,
mom
wait,
said
this
it-
is such a great opportunity to show your kids and to show other immigrant parents they can speak to their kids this way.
No, if
What do you
mom
want
said
me
it,
to
I would
say?
not.
I
would
want you
not
to
trust
say
it
I love
at
you to the
all.
kids.
no, there's a lot of love there.
No, not a lot of love there. I don't want
She's
these like.
so
You can just say the 3 words.
How is the Mother's Day episode becoming uncomfortable for me? It's like, there is a lot of, you don't feel the love?
No, I just think it's unbelievable that you cannot say the 3 words together.
No.
I actually think I've seen like a lot of white families do it, and it's obviously not singled out to just white people, but I think when parents and kids end every phone call with an I love you, it ruins the value of the words.
I've asked somebody, I have a friend who says it a lot, and I've asked somebody, like, why do you say it all the time? And apparently there's a school of, and this is not her specifically, but there is a school of thought out there that you say it every time because what if that's the last time you ever spoke?
Oh, I have heard of that.
What?
Yeah.
And I was like, what a fatalistic way to live.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna sit there and like imagine that every time I interact with my kids is the last possible time I'm gonna interact. What kind of like way is that to live?
We're gonna take a brief pause to let you all know about our sponsor for today's episode, ZocDoc.
ZocDoc helps you figure out all the puzzle pieces related to your health. It helps you find that doctor who's the diamond in the rough that you and I are always wishing for. That doctor who takes an extra minute and tells you about the things you should be looking for, things you should be doing. I mean, we've all been there. We've all been in a situation where something is off and you don't know what's happening. Raise your hand right now. Right now, as you're watching this, raise your hand. And right, there's been moments where you're like, why haven't I dealt with this yet? What am I waiting for? And then what happens is that you think about this in the middle of the night and you're like, well, I can't call anybody now because it's middle of the night. ZocDoc fixes that problem. You know why? Because it's open after hours, before hours, at all hours. ZocDoc is open. And you're gonna feel so good. You want that feeling when you've actually dealt with it, you know, the before and after. People feel that in health too. When you've actually dealt with the issue, you're gonna feel so good.
Stop putting off those doctor appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/Zarna to find and instantly book a doctor you love today. That's ZocDoc.com/Zarna, ZocDoc.com/Zarna. Thanks, ZocDoc, for sponsoring this message. Now back to the episode.
Can you at least explain why immigrant parents find it so difficult to show their kids appreciation in a way that doesn't make them crave validation when they're older?
Well, because the immigrant parents have worked their asses off to be where they are, and they compare. They should not. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but they often end up comparing to the effort it took them in terms of the steps they took to be where they are, to provide the life they provide to the kids, and they don't see the same kind of. Often they don't see that kind of same curve coming out of their kids, and they probably resent that.
That is not the reason. The reason is that we, in some ways, the immigrant cultures, especially the Eastern cultures, have demonized the West, right? So anything that the Western people do a lot of is very easy to look down on. Oh, everybody has to say I love you to your kid. Like, it's not assumed. Like, we wouldn't give birth to these kids if we weren't gonna love them. My sister's mother-in-law, when I lived with them for a long time, she was a grandmother figure to me. But she was like an elderly Indian woman born in the early 1900s in India. And when she used to see people saying, I love you, I love you, I love you, she used to say in Gujarati, "Lavya achhe bata," which means, of course, everybody loves everybody. Like, what is there to say? So some of it is just like a knee-jerk reaction to this Western idea of love. That why does it have to be said? It is assumed.
But can I make a theory?
Yeah.
I have a theory that if more immigrant or even just parents in general who don't express appreciation enough to their children do end up doing that, that will, one, increase the relationships, the entire family, and strength of the family that they have, improving all of the times where they can show appreciation to each other, and two, lead to those like ideas of families working together more because they love each other so much more and they're clearly aligned with each other. Because if you don't express those moments and you don't feel like you need to get this person's approval for everything and you're following this direct path, it makes it so you're working together and not for each other. And I think that's like a much different perspective on life.
I challenge that. I don't agree with that. I'll tell you why. Because again, if I view it from an immigrant gaze, we have seen people in the West say "I love you," and then their love is not backed by any loving
That's
action.
not what Bridge is saying.
No, but he's saying that saying it would increase, and I'm saying that's not my observation. Like
Wait.
for example, hold on. I want to give an example. Your dad and I had a friend in business when he was in business school. Okay, in business school, he had we were friends with a couple that was married at the time. We went on a trip with this couple and we had the best time. And we were doing something where everybody was giving a speech about each other during that trip. And the husband of this couple gave this heartfelt speech. I remember that night about how his wife is the oxygen without which he cannot live and without which he cannot breathe. During that trip, she was actively cheating on him with somebody else.
That is obviously not what I'm talking about.
No,
Yeah,
but
and plus you're just
what I'm saying
picking
is,
out a very specific example.
no, but I'm saying it that we
And
have
also,
seen
just
the
because
words.
he felt that way towards her, doesn't mean she felt that way towards
The
him
mom
either.
is just saying, making a general point that actions speak louder than words, right?
And I'm saying actions of love speak louder than anything. Like writing a letter for you for your birthday every
Yes.
single year shows more than just saying it. And that's what I'm more referring to.
Yeah, no, that I agree
Yeah,
with. That
okay,
I agree
I'm
with.
not just
Speaking
saying.
Also, by the way,
of-
I do agree that for men in particular, words is cheap currency. I think that men are very capable of, and I'm a man, so I'm sort of including myself in that group, even though I'm a lot more emotionally intelligent than most. But even so, like men are very capable of using the most sort of artistic of words to accomplish short-term goals that they may have in a particular situation, much more so than women. And hence, with respect to men in particular, actions are way more important. And those actions can be taking a car from Palo Alto to San Francisco to spend a day with someone they care for, or taking a flight from New York to San Francisco,
I agree.
or from Zurich to New York
Oh.
multiple times a year with no salary, just to spend a weekend with toothbrush in their pocket. Those kind of things can be way more valuable and important than the words that they may use. The last example was basically me 25 years ago, but that doesn't matter.
Okay, but we're gonna move
Wait,
into.
but I think that hold on. I think that's a really good point, though. I feel like we
Sorry.
should not abandon that yet, because you're right. I see men all the time say extremely grandioso things and basically not back it up at all, or use it to substitute quick actions. I actually think that's a really, really
Women
fascinating
are a lot
point.
less capable of that than men are, and I think that women should hold men accountable.
Should or
With
shouldn't?
respect, they should,
Yeah.
and then disregard the words as if it's diarrhea, verbal diarrhea, and instead look for actual action.
And I think you
concrete
can
action.
pick it out so fast too, especially Didi. When I'm thinking about your ex-boyfriends in life, I think about how
Why do we
some of
always
them,
use her exes as
Because I
like
have the
the...
worst
she is-
dating history.
No, because
I
you have
really
such up and down
do.
dating
No,
history.
you don't have
Up
a,
and down.
at
Yeah,
least you
it's very
have
up
a
and
dating history.
down,
That's
yeah.
what's important.
Wait, what did he say?
I'm saying like a lot of girls don't even have a dating history that they can count on or think about as a legitimate dating history, right?
But I think you actually can tell really early whether a man is going to be the type of guy to say something and not do it versus the type of guy to just do something before they say it.
But the
And I think you
problem
can
is,
catch it.
That's true, but women will rationalize.
Yeah, that's
When you
another
like
problem.
the guy, you'll be like, no, he would have done it, but
Yeah.
he's
Wait,
so busy.
That is exactly
He
the
would have
sucker
done
girl.
it, but his boss didn't let him. Like, women will rationalize anything
That is
when
what
they
I'm saying
like
that
the
women
guy.
should not do, in my
Wait,
opinion.
So okay, the
I-
last thing I'm saying then
yeah.
about
Put it
all
this
of
way: a man who wants to make the time will
we'll
make the time.
We'll make the time.
And just remember one thing: men don't always marry the love of their lives. Men marry when it's most convenient to marry for them.
So do you believe in that
what?
taxi cab theory? Do you know what
Yes,
that
I
is?
do believe
What is
in
it?
Do you guys know
Wait,
what
can you
this
explain
is?
it?
What is
So
that?
I can't fully explain it because I can't remember it
Can you
correctly.
explain
But
it?
No, let me
basically,
explain it.
it's the idea that men will, when they're ready to settle down with when they're in their life ready to meet their person,
In 3 months, they will marry the girl.
they will go for the person that is like most within reach immediately there.
Correct.
Yes. And like the taxi cab.
Oh,
is
they just
ready
like
and
raise
then-
their hand for the
yeah,
taxi.
Yeah, and
okay,
then
yeah.
the next person.
Yeah.
It's not about like
The love of their lives.
The love of their life.
In
They're
fact,
just-
they almost never marry the love of their lives.
Okay.
But that's also because what is the love of a man's life is a woman who got away. So it is a circular thing. They're always pining for the one they can't have. And as regards to this whole idea of taxi cab, which I didn't know about this theory, but my dad, I remember my dad in the arranged marriage scenario 40, 50 years ago, when he was arranging my siblings, and people would, he would be very interested in some woman for my brother or my other brother and be like, this girl is the right girl, the family is good, the education, all of that. And somebody would be like, she's crazy. She's actually crazy, has mental health issues. Back in the day, no one used the words mental health. They would just say she's crazy. And my dad literally would look at them and be like, but all women are crazy.
Oh, wow.
At least this one looks good.
Okay, I don't know about, that was a long time ago, Zarna. I don't think men discourse, intelligent men discourse that way about women, and they should not. But I do believe that they can use words to their advantage, knowing fully well that often they can get away with those words and don't have to put in the effort or the action. And effort is concrete effort, one that requires time, money in relation to their wealth. So not money in relation to in absolute numbers. If they're making 100 grand, so $5,000 is a lot of money for them. If they go out and use that money, that shows effort. A man will not spend money where he does not see importance.
But that's so hard to gauge, because I've been in situations where they have spent money and still it was pretty black and white. And
so again, if they're just using the money as a substitute, so just selling you for something that you're looking to do, again, requires no effort, right? It required no effort except for a click. Not a big deal. But if they use the money to create a circumstance or a condition for you that took several hours of the day off of them to do that, that's real effort.
Man is doing
It's a
7
time.
hours of
Wait,
day.
no, but
What?
I actually think he's making a great point right now. Like, it is true. The real thing this shows is the currency of time. Because it's so easy.
Driving 4 hours to see his ex-girlfriend that he said in several podcasts he still misses today. Right? That is effort.
Yeah, okay, that is true. I actually think he's making a fantastic point here, because it's so easy. It's so easy for me to...
He rented the car.
Okay.
He knew that spending that money is not going to come from his...
Let's not get into it.
Let's not drag this.
But it's true, is it not?
He's doing it because he knows he's getting me enraged.
How am I getting you? I don't care if you're getting enraged. I want my son to be romantic.
All right. I think he's making a great point, which is that I want to tie two things.
It's not that I don't want him to be romantic.
But you always talk like that.
I can pick a nice girl. They can go on a romantic date tomorrow.
Why do you have to pick her?
You guys can debate about me another day. Okay, anyways, so the two things I want to say to wrap up two things is, one, I completely agree. It's really easy for a man to spend money on a girl to have her do what she already wants to do, like pay for her nails, or do something that they both want to do. Like if I wanted to go play laser tag, it would be easy for me to be like, oh, I'll spend the money so we can play laser tag. It's a lot harder to spend money to do something you don't want to do or something that she wants to do. Versus like if you go to get nails or go do whatever you guys like to do, or I'm not going to...
Why are you saying who as if you understand?
But I agree. I actually agree. That time matters a lot more and it shows a lot more. And secondly, the last thing I want to tie up from a way earlier concept point was the idea that we were talking about the letters, which show a lot more. Most families, in my opinion, especially immigrant ones, do not do stuff like letters.
Yes.
They don't do stuff like
letters that
letters.
my kids have written for me for my every birthday, right? Every one of those letters is saved.
She knows the letters.
Excuse me, I know the letters. Somebody taught them to write those letters.
Also,
when they were little and crying, and I said, no, you have to write your feelings and you have to write a letter. Somebody taught them. The letters didn't just fall out of the sky.
I wrote you a letter. You took photos of it, sent it to your mom, and then she put it on her fridge.
So why is that a bad thing?
The letter's for you. It's not for your mom.
You're not supposed to send it.
You don't share with
I
anyone.
wanted to share that.
No, I agree with
moment
you.
with my mom.
I don't like when
The
people
letters
share your
say-
personal letters. I do not like when people share my personal letters with other people. I
No
don't.
one tried to snoop through
I should have
them.
asked you before.
Yes, 100%. You should
Okay,
have.
next time I'll be
And also, your first instinct is send it to her.
Okay. Oh,
This
And
is
not
I thought
me.
it was a really sweet letter. I wanted
Yeah,
to
but
share.
No, I have no issue with that, and thank you for perceiving it in a
Like,
positive
my
way.
mom lives 5,000 miles away. It's not like I get to see her 10 times a year, right? If there is a moment that she can connect with and understand an emotional moment that her son, in this case me, felt, I would like her to experience that.
Yeah,
What is
okay.
so
Actually,
wrong?
I accept that.
I understand
I accept
that.
that.
Okay, should we go to our next segment?
I'm just going to add one thing on the dating thing because I've been reflecting a lot. And if you're doing PhD level analysis to try to understand what's going on in your dating situation, you need to just leave. You just need to
It's
leave.
not good,
It's
yeah.
like you should
It's a
not
good
be
point.
doing dating level because like even you like describing the effort and this and that. I'm like, wait, but then and then it's like just stop trying to connect the dots. The dots aren't there. Now we're gonna move on to our next segment of this episode. We are doing a really exciting gift exchange moment. Surprise segment where each Garg was told by our producer to bring something to this episode to show your appreciation for mom. Yes. And so,
Are you serious?
Yes.
Yes. And so
No,
I guess,
we're joking.
I guess we're starting with my gift, which I'm excited about. People are gonna think this is so dumb, but
Oh, this is stippling.
I made you this flower
Wow.
pointillism drawing.
Oh my God, Zoya, you used to make these so much
Okay.
when you were little.
She won a parrot.
So
Yes.
as you can see, it's like
This art form is called stippling.
It actually took me 5 hours, which might sound
I
ridiculous.
was really angry when you were in your room making something for hours and hours.
yeah,
I was like, what is she doing and
can
why isn't
imagine
she
that.
coming up?
because it has like different colors, but then it brings out this. So when I was in 3rd grade. And we had a house in Connecticut. There was this big wooden table where I would sit and just craft. Like I was just obsessed with like detail-oriented crafts. And I would make Legos and I would make these pointillism drawings. And I remember I had made one of a very similar one to this and mom complimented it and was like, one day these skills are really going to be transferable in your future life. Like you don't understand what you're doing, but this level of like detail-orientedness and how much you love just doing
beautiful.
every dot.
And I promise you, every dot in this is thought out.
No, there's a missed dot right here. No, I found one. It's in the.
You should
it's in
make
the
one, but
bottom.
and then
It's beautiful, Zoya.
is it? Can they see clearly?
Anyways, I just felt
It's
like
gorgeous. Really, really beautiful.
Yeah, looks
Yeah,
great.
it's very pretty.
I felt like I'm really appreciative that you always saw our strengths before we saw our own, and you made a point to tell us about them because I've never forgotten about that moment.
Oh,
Wow.
thank you, Dikra.
Okay, so now all our gifts are.
I just want to point out that mom also is somebody who appreciates thought a lot more than price.
Yes.
Brett just like
That being
Didn't
said,
spend
I think this is me and Veer's gift.
No, it's a okay.
Oh,
No, okay.
wait.
So basically, I remember when we did a shoot. Should I open it or do you want me to?
Sure.
We did this shoot. It's a podcast episode that'll probably get released a few weeks before this one with this robot called Neo at the 1X factory. And I remember mom saying that one thing that they should make the robot be able to do that helps a lot of older people with their sleep is when another human goes like this.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
And this blanket
God.
is gonna be able to simulate that feeling without a human having to. God, this thing's
oh my
impossible to
God.
open.
What?
Wait, what?
Without a human having to. It's not like electric or anything. If
It
that's what
just
you guys
has
are
that
expecting.
fur.
Just has the fur, and it's also weighted.
Oh.
So
Oh, it
this
is
blanket, I hope
really
that. Let me finish.
So
Thank
good.
This
you.
blanket,
Oh my
I hope will be able to give you that feeling. But
It is true.
yeah,
babe.
you-
It
It
is
also
true.
was very expensive, so I'm gonna be working some overtime.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I hope that you really
This
like
is
it
such a
and you're able to
nice
sleep
gift, Veer. Thank you so. This is Veer or
It's
you?
me and Veer. Yeah, we like
Oh my
walked into
God!
each other.
Thank you, guys.
it's insane. It's actually
like the color?
I love it. I love it. It's the Lola blanket. It's out there. We're not. This
We'll
is
link
not
it
a-
in our description.
This is not a paid promo. Nobody paid us to do. Nobody paid you guys. I'd be clear about this. To buy this.
Did someone pay us? No.
No one has paid us
No.
ever.
No. Oh my God, that's so sweet, guys. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
I can't believe you're listening to what I was saying with Neo the robot.
I was paying attention. I thought that, well, sleep is like one of the two biggest things you struggle with on the road, and the first other one being like managing your diet, which is just impossible, and people don't know that.
But she's
um,
vegetarian.
No,
Yeah.
it's
It
not,
doesn't
has
even matter.
nothing to do with that. It's
Like if
literally,
you travel with us, you don't
negative to do
understand.
with that.
But yeah, this is something that I really truly believe will help you with your sleep. So if you try it for a few nights, I'm like the #1 connoisseur of sleeping with like fluffy blankets and like
He is.
thickest.
He
I sleep with like
absolutely is.
8 blankets at a time.
And they have to be fluffy.
And they have to be the
They have to be
specific ones
soft.
he likes.
And like I'm telling you, trust me for a few nights, and your sleep will improve by a little bit. And even that little bit, I know how much it'll help for you.
Thank you,
specifically.
guys. Thank you. You bought something, Kala?
Let's see.
You got something?
Let's see.
Yeah, you remember? Oh. Oh my God, shut up! It says shut up? Oh my God, I need this.
And there's the tape around you.
Police tape around my body. That is right. Yes.
So good.
I like, because I've been saying, do not hug me, do not touch me.
Every text starts with shut up.
Can you explain to our new podcast listeners what shut up means?
Okay, so the story is a little bit more engaging than, like, it's more important than that, because a lot of Zarna's work is on, a lot of her work is on social media outside of the when she performs live. She's on the phone doing this, that, or the other. So that has had like a long-term impact on her, one of her hands, where it really hurts to type. In fact, she's half the time wearing like something to support her hand.
A brace.
A brace to support her hand. So now she doesn't use text. Instead, she will speak into it.
The voice to type.
Voice to type, to send text. And of course, the voice to type, stupid AI that it is, instead of writing Shalabh, sends it out as shut up. So every text from her to me comes as shut up, comma,
story never gets
then this,
old.
that, and the other. So the first many times I was like, what is going on?
Shut the front door up. Just go away.
This might be the best gift you've given me in my whole life. Because I'm going to be keeping it in my pocket and being like doing this all day long. But thank you so much,
I'm glad
guys.
you liked
Thank
it.
you.
Okay, I have to come clean. I did not get you a gift. This was Vera's gift. I don't have an excuse. I'm very sorry.
I don't
didn't
need
get
an
you a gift.
excuse. It's all good, Bridge. You are the gift.
And plus, you're the older son.
Okay, so he just gets a free pass. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, he's been
Kidding.
working the hardest out of
Yeah,
the three
He
of us.
just
He's
lost his
literally
job
lost
before
his job
because of me,
he's been
guys.
He's
so
the only
busy.
one doing 2 jobs, if not
Yeah,
3.
he's doing multiple jobs. I think the gift is the fact that
And
Bridge
mom,
is coming
but,
to these shows now and is fully committed in a way.
Ask a
that-
college-going kid.
Yeah, it's impossible what he's doing.
It's like he's in the middle of nowhere in upstate New York and has to get
By the
in
way,
a
he's
car.
there because of you, because you were looking for a college in the middle of nowhere.
And last, we actually have one extra gift as well. Our producer got a gift that is really
I didn't even know
sweet.
that.
Oh my God. What did she get? She hates
This
me.
segment
No
was
way.
Mama's
He hates me.
idea.
You've got to be kidding me. I
What
should have
is
thought
it?
of that.
First of all, I have some context.
What is it?
I did burn your apartment on fire almost.
Yeah, she did. She did. With her little camera bag, she set the whole apartment on fire. We won't get into it.
Zarna has a million candles in her apartment, and my camera bag happened to catch on fire because a candle was too close to it. So this is a replacement candle.
Oh,
That's so sweet.
I do want to take a second to say, I started working for this team when I was 15. I was very, very young. It was child labor at the time. But
Okay, we didn't hear that. And I already had my citizenship. Zarna was on a green card. So if ICE is looking for anyone, it's she.
Stop!
What are you talking about?
What is he saying?
But Zarna has very quickly become a second mom to me. It has been, we are not home for most of this job. You can't make money at home. Zarna is always the first one to ask, did you eat? Did you sleep well? Did you do this? Did you take care of yourself? She puts blankets on me on the plane. No matter what seat I'm in, no matter how tired she is, she will come back and make sure I'm warm. And it means a lot because I'm the team.
But Samama, you told me at Finance that recording that she was trying to break you up from the love of your life.
Okay, we're not going to talk about that. Because we're not going to talk about that.
Can I see this?
he will find some. No, so Mama, thank you so much. Oh my God.
Can we see what color she got?
Oh my god.
Oh my God, it's my favorite
That's
candle.
perfect color.
And you got the big one. So it's mine now, but
Oh my god, it smells amazing.
you didn't even smell it.
Can you let Samama finish talking?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
On
I'm
a
sorry.
lighter note, I also have the stereotypical Asian parents who still are hoping that I'll be a lawyer one day or I'll be a doctor. But in all honesty, they trust me in this job and are happy to put me in this job because of you. Aww. And because they saw me grow up with you.
And together we created the best short form video of 2025. This team, we beat out the biggest brands, the biggest company, multi-billion-dollar companies. It was this team right here, even him included, because we built that almost therapy world, and Samama produces and edits every single video that you guys have come to love. It's her hands all over those videos.
Perfect.
She puts them together. I write and execute them. The boys participate and go to the ends of the earth to make it funny. But we built something together, right? Do you feel that way?
I do feel. I think that's the biggest thing behind the scenes that no one ever sees is we laugh a lot about the little strategy meetings we have in the car where it's 4 a.m. and instead of sleeping, we're like having these meetings and talking strategies, Darna likes to call it. She genuinely wants to see every single person around her grow. I think being in this business, we see a lot of different types of people. And unfortunately, something that's really common is people fight because they're threatened. And they think that if I win, I have to make sure no one else around me can win. But Zarna is the biggest believer in I will win if other people also win.
Yeah.
So she I can see the way that she pours her love, even though you won't use that word, into every Garg, into me, into every other person on this team to be like, what do you want to do in life and how can I get you there?
And into the people that come to our shows and watch our podcast. I mean, I just think that you are mom of moms. You are the mom.
You're the
of
digital
moms.
mom.
You are the digital mom.
I mean, I do believe it. I'm really not. I really believe that everybody's success is my.
That was funny.
Okay, guys, this has been a little too sentimental for the Zarna Garg Family Podcast. This has been our episode on Mother's Day, on how we can serve our moms better, on what we appreciate about our own mom, and as we end every episode with our favorite segment, Grades with Gargs.
Good grades with Gargs.
Good Grades with Gargs, where each
bad
Garg
grades.
assigns another Garg an A grade for a winning moment, the most emotional moment, what touched us, what made us laugh. Here too, we will all assign our grades. Who wants to start?
I'll go first. And of course, I have to give it to Bridge. That beginning part where he, gave the 2 reasons as to why he is who he is and what he does, I thought were very well put together. It's almost like he was waiting for the right moment to say that, and it was on his mind to say that for a long time, and he saw the opportunity finally come up and he took upon it. For that, I had to give him the A grade for it.
I'm going to give my A grade to Bridge because it would have been really easy to last minute scramble and try to put something together. And he was honest. He was like, look, I don't have a material gift for you, but I am literally getting fired from other jobs in order to show my commitment to you in this business. And I find his earnestness consistently very amazing, and he shares that trait with his mom.
And that is action. Like the action.
That
he
is
did with his
action. That is so much more
ex-girlfriend.
important than anything else. Oh my God.
I'm gonna give my A grade to Dad. I thought that you made a really fantastic point about the idea of men and how they cheat the system almost so that they're able to maintain a relationship. And I also thought you were very funny this episode. Also, the gift was incredible.
I will give my A grade to Zoya and Samama. I'm going to split it between the 2 girls who are responsible for this episode. Samama was insistent that we do a Mother's Day episode, and Zoya and her strategized to make sure that even on the road, we are on the road. Do you understand? We're in Niagara Falls in a hotel room with all 5 of us, with more than 10 bags of luggage because we're carrying merch, we're doing shows, we've got hair and makeup, we've got outfitting. And coordinating everybody to come from all over the place. Without Zoya and Samama being determined to make the Mother's Day episode, this would not happen. This means the gift had to be ordered, had to be shipped somewhere, then had to be brought here without me seeing, which is almost impossible because I go through every bag myself. I don't even know how you guys pulled that off. Like this big yellow tape. I would have seen it. I would have been like, who spent money on this? So the fact that you 2 got in there and were determined to do it, you deserve all the accolades, all the flowers. And I hope that all the daughters of the world are inspired to do something for their moms. Even if it's not material at all, do something thoughtful, and that will go a long way. So my A grade goes to Samama and Zoya.
I'm going to split the A grade as well between Dad and Mom. Dad, just for the simple reason that the shut up button at the end, that was really funny. It's a good humorous moment.
Shut up.
For sure.
And for Mom, obviously, it's a pretty simple reason that this is just the Mother's Day episode, and we owe so much to you. So you just deserve the A grade.
You do. Don't forget that, okay, when you have a girlfriend?
But thank you so much for watching this week's episode of the Zarna Garg Family Podcast. This was a different style of episode. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, share this episode with your mom, share this episode with your kid. This is a podcast that is meant for families to enjoy together. And as always, we're very grateful to be your digital family. See you next time.
Until we meet again.
Everybody say bye.
Bye.
Bye.